Today we are going to explain about the orbital structure of the benzene. Benzene contains the formula of the benzene is the molecular formula of the benzene C6H6, and many number of scientists they tried after knowing this molecular formula they tried to draw the structure of the benzene, but most of the limitations are overcome by the chemical structure. So we retain in earlier classes the Debye structure and Bayes structure and some open-chained structure of the representation of the benzene. But some limitations are there for the structures and they are not explained well. But here the Kickel, whatever the structure that is given by the Kickel, that structure is overcome most of the limitations. That's why now we are using the representation of benzene by Kickel structures. This is the scientist who gave the structures, that is Kickel, AE. So this scientist given these structures. So anyway, this is the cyclohexane. Cyclohexane means the valence of the carbon is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every carbon has 4 bonds and it is a fully saturated compound. There is no double bond. And this one is the cyclohexane. And this is the cyclohexene trihexatriene. Cyclohexatriene because it will be 3 unsaturation, 3 double bonds. Cyclohexatriene because it is a cyclic structure and hexane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and it is a ene. Anyway, this is the representation of the benzene. The benzene can be represented by 2 forms. That 2 forms are called as resonance forms or hybrid forms. If this bond is shifted from here to here and this bond shifted from this to here and this bond is shifted from here to here, we will get this structure. And this bond is shifted from here to here and this is shifted from here to here, again we are getting this bond. These are the resonance structures. The possible structures for the benzene resonance structures are 2. These two structures they are representing the benzene. And here the pi electron cloud is, otherwise we can also represent the benzene like this. This is the pi electron cloud. Inside, we know very well, inside the benzene we are writing this circle. That circle is not a circle. This is the pi electron cloud. These pi electrons are moving from one carbon to other carbon. Every carbon, as a result of this one, every carbon is getting the octet. Every carbon is getting octet. That's why this ring is stable. Actually, alkenes or alkynes, they are involving in addition reactions. If this is undergoing addition reaction, it will convert it into like this. If I added 2 more hydrogen atoms instead of this bond, I replace this bond with the 2 more hydrogen atoms. Now it is these 2 carbons are saturated. And here, if we do like that, if this benzene is participating in addition reactions, the benzene stability is lost. That's why benzene do not undergo addition reactions. It is undergoing electrophilic substitution reactions. We will study in a later section. Anyway, if this benzene is undergoing addition reaction, the stability of the benzene is lost. And this one is representing the electron cloud. Pi electrons are shifting from here to here and here to here, here to here. And every carbon is, as a result of this one, every carbon is getting octet. So this one we will discuss in orientation and the reactivity of the benzene. Okay, up to now see here, this is the representations of a benzene, 2 forms. These 2 forms are equal. Next one is molecular formula of the benzene C6H6 and every carbon in the benzene is undergoing sp2 hybridization. Every carbon is undergoing sp2 hybridization. Each carbon is producing 3 sp2 hybridized orbitals. So now we can see benzene contains 6 hydrogens and 6 carbons. Anyway, the carbon number is atomic number is 6 and the electronic configuration 1s2 2s excited state. When this carbon is this is the ground state. When this carbon is undergoing excited state, when this carbon is undergoing excitation, what happened here? This configuration changes 1s2, 2s1. One of the electron of the 2s orbital is jumped to 2pz. So anyway, 2s orbital contain one electron, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. So these are also 6 electrons. This is also 6 electrons. This is the ground state electron configuration. This is the excited state of the electron configuration of the benzene. Anyway, now sp2 hybridized orbitals are produced by the mixing of 2s orbital and 2 px orbital. This is the px orbital, py orbital, s orbital. These 3 orbitals are overlap. Sorry, these p orbitals are there undergoing hybridization and they are producing sp2 orbitals. So how many sp2 orbitals are produced? 3 sp2 hybridized orbitals are produced by each carbon atom. So same as above, all the remaining carbon atoms are also producing how many carbon atoms? 6 carbon atoms. Now I have written only electron configuration for the one carbon, but we have remaining 5 carbons. Remaining 5 carbons also they are doing the same thing. So that's why all 6 carbon atoms they are producing sp2 hybridized orbital. Each carbon atom is producing 3 hybridized sp2 hybridized orbitals. So this one. So like that each carbon is producing 3 sp2 hybridized orbitals. 3 sp2 hybridized orbitals. We know that is how this carbon atom is involving in sp2 hybridization. How can we know? That is based on the for example the lone pair of electrons on the carbon atom. Lone pair, we explained this one in our previous classes. Lone pairs of carbon plus number of atoms attached. Based on this, we can identify the hybridization of the atom. In this case, for example, see this one is the benzene. In benzene, every carbon atom has one hydrogen atom. C6 and C6 carbons and 6 hydrogen atoms. Anyway, now this carbon attached how many lone pair of electrons on the carbon? There is no lone pair of electrons on the carbon atom. So 0 plus how many number of atoms attached? How many atoms are attached? This for example this carbon atom. We are identifying the hybridization for this carbon. So this carbon attached to this carbon 1 and this carbon 2. 2 atoms plus this one is 3. Total atoms attached to the carbon is 3. So total how many? 3. If it is 3, it is sp2 hybridization. For example, in case 4, that is sp3 hybridization. So in this case, for example, so anyway, like that we are identifying the hybridization of the atom in a molecule. Any molecule we can identify if it is the number is produced is 4, it is sp3 hybridization. So like that, if it is 3, it is an sp2 hybridization. Like that we are identifying based on this formula, lone pair of electrons on atom, any atom. In this case, we are considering carbon because we are looking on carbon atom. That's why lone pair of electrons on carbon atom and number of atoms attached. If it is a oxygen atom, lone pair of electrons on oxygen. For example, see carbon dioxide, C double bond O. In this case, lone pair of electrons on oxygen. See, lone pair of electrons on oxygen. This is one lone pair and this is another lone pair. So that's why lone pair of electrons on oxygen is 2. Number of atoms attached. This oxygen attached to only one atom. So that's why here 1. Total how much? 3. So in CO2 molecule, oxygen hybridization is sp2. Oxygen is undergoing sp2 hybridization. So like that, see in this case like that we are identifying the hybridization. For example, in case of ethanol CH3, CH2, OH. This is ethanol. So in this case, number of if you want to check the hybridization of the oxygen atom, in alcohol, oxygen contains 2 lone pair of electrons, so 2 plus number of atoms attached, this one and this one, so total how much? 2, so total 4. This is undergoing a sp3 hybridization. So anyway, like that we are identifying the hybridization of the atoms in a molecule. In this case, benzene is a molecule. Total we are saying this one is one molecule, benzene, because a group of atoms. So benzene is a molecule. In benzene, the carbon atoms are undergoing sp2 hybridization based on this formula. Anyway, how many each carbon atom is producing 3 sp2 hybridized orbital. This 3 is for this carbon, and this carbon is 1, 2, 3, and this carbon 1, 2, 3. And this carbon 1, 2, 3. Like that, every carbon atom producing 3 hybridized sp2 orbitals, and they are undergoing overlapping. They are in the same plane. 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms, they are in the same plane. So that's why the overlapping of this orbital is easy when they are producing. See, this sp2 orbital and this carbon of sp2 orbital, they are undergoing face-to-face overlapping and producing sigma bond. And like that, this orbital and this orbital is undergoing overlapping, head-to-head overlapping, and this one is sigma producing sigma. So this is also head-to-head overlapping. It is also producing sigma bond. Like that, each carbon atom is overlapping in a head-to-head manner, and they are producing sigma bonds. So like that, so this carbon atom is react with the sp2 orbital of this carbon and sp2 orbital of this carbon. And one more sp2 orbital is there, right? Every carbon atom contains 3 sp2 hybridized orbital. One sp2 is reacted with the adjacent this carbon atom, another sp2 is reacted with the adjacent this carbon atom. But remaining sp2 hybridized orbital is reacting with the s orbital of hydrogen. This is the s orbital of hydrogen because 1 is 1. Hydrogen number, atomic number is 1. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1, and that's why s orbital contains 1 electron. So s orbital is overlapped with the sp2 orbital of carbon atom, and this is also producing sigma bond. This is also head-to-head overlapping, and this is also a covalent bond. This is also a covalent bond, covalent bond, and covalent bond. This carbon atom reacting with this carbon atom. This is sigma bond and covalent bond. So this is also covalent bond, and this one is also a covalent bond, sigma bond. These all are head-to-head overlapping. Anyway, in every carbon atom, 3 orbitals are mixed and they are producing a new sp2 hybridized orbital. So every carbon atom is producing the 3 sp2 hybridized orbital, but each carbon atom, 1 pz orbital left. In every carbon atom, 1 pz orbital left with 1 electron, right? How many carbons are there? Total 6 carbons are there. The formula is so C6H6, the formula of the benzene is C6H6. So every carbon, this is the electron configuration of the one carbon. We have 6 carbons, right? So that's why how many pz orbitals are there? Total 6 pz orbitals are there. In 6 pz orbitals, we have 6 electrons. One carbon contains 1 electron. Like that, 6 carbons are there. 6 carbons pz orbital. Every pz orbital of the carbon contains 1 electrons. These electrons are, so this is the orbital structure. Anyway, if you write in a simple manner, this is the representation, right? Carbon atom, and it is reacted with the hydrogen and adjacent carbons. This is the adjacent carbon. This carbon and this carbon. Like that, this carbon and this carbon, this carbon and this carbon containing. This is one hydrogen, this is another hydrogen, and this carbon. This one. This is the simple representation of the benzene. Now what? This is the saturated hydrocarbon. This is not completed still now. But after that, every carbon atom contains 1 pz orbital, right? Every carbon atom contains 1 pz orbital, and these are the pz orbitals of every carbon. This orbital, this is the pz orbital of this carbon, and this is the pz orbital of this carbon, pz orbital of this carbon. This is the shape of the p orbital. Shape of the p orbital. So every pz orbital contains 1 electron, right? 6 carbon atoms are there, 6 carbons contain 6 pz orbitals, and this pz orbital contains 1 electron. Every pz orbital contains 1 electron. These electrons are now undergoing. They are reacting with each other, and they are overlapping these pz orbitals, and this electron and this pz orbital and this pz orbital make a bond, and this electron and this electron make a bond, and this electron and this electron made a bond. Now see the bond between this carbon, this one, and this. If these two orbitals are overlapped, formation of bond takes place at this area, and these two orbitals, if these two orbitals are, these two electrons are overlapped, and they are producing the bond here. Yes or no? The bond, this carbon and this carbon. If these two electrons are reacted, and these two electrons are make a bond, and that bond is formed at this area. Yes or no? This is the pz orbital. This is one form of the benzene. And we said the two forms of the benzene, right? Two forms of the benzene. This form is this one. This form is this one. But we have one more form. If this is same, every carbon contains same pz orbital, right? If another case, one more chance is there. That is, if this pz orbital is not reacted with this one, and it is reacted with this one. This pz orbital, because they are in equal position, equal distance. The distance between this carbon and this carbon is same, and the distance between this carbon and this carbon is also same. So that's why either this pz orbital may react with this one, or otherwise this pz orbital may react with this carbon, this pz orbital. So that's why anyway, if this pz orbital reacted with this pz orbital, the bond may form between these two carbons. Otherwise, if this carbon is reacting with this carbon, that this electron and this electron, they may form bond between these two carbons, right? Yes or no? And like that, if this pz orbital and this pz orbital is undergoing overlap, and the formation of the bond takes place between these two carbons, and like that, if this pz and this carbon of this pz orbital, these two electrons are made a bond at this area, and this structure is similar to this one. Yes or no? This structure is similar to this one, and this structure is similar to this one. So that is the orbital overlapping of the benzene. The benzene can produce in two orbitals, two structures. These two structures are called as two hybridized structures or benzene resonating structures. Benzene contains two resonating structures. We can only write the benzene. We can represent the benzene with the two structures only. We can shift the electrons in any manner, but finally we can get these two structures only. So that's why the benzene is producing two resonating structures. Resonating is the bond is shifting from one area to another area. The electrons. Bond is nothing but the electrons. This is the pi electrons, right? Pi bond means nothing but two electrons. This electron density is moving from this carbon and this carbon to this carbon. Now, the electron density at now, the electron density is present between these two carbons, between 1 and 2. But now this electron density is moving between the 2 and 3. After a while, this density may move from 3 to 4. Otherwise, this density may move from 4 to 5, between or otherwise from 5 to 6. Like that, the density is moving between the carbons of all the carbons of benzene, and every carbon atom is getting the octet. So that's why benzene is a stable molecule. And in this case, the bond angle of the benzene, the bond angle of the benzene is 120 degrees centigrade. 120 degrees. Sorry, the bond angle is 120 degrees. So every carbon atom is in 120 degree distance. So that is the orbital structure of the benzene. And here the bond distance between the carbon and hydrogen is 1.10 angstrom, and between the carbon and carbon, the distance between the carbon and carbon is 1.39 angstrom. This is the bond length. Every carbon atom contains same bond length. So that's why we should represent the benzene. All the bond lengths are similar. All the bond lengths should be similar. the bond length, every bond length between, this is the carbon and carbon bond length. Every carbon 1.39, 1.39, 1.39. So between the carbon and carbon, the distance is 1.39 angstrom. Like that, between the carbon and hydrogen, the bond length is 1.10 or 1.09 angstrom. So that's why each hydrogen atom and every carbon atom in the same electronic environment. That's why it is producing a mono-substituted products. We explained in the first class the facts which supporting the structure of the Kekulé structure. In that we explained the benzene is producing mono-substitution products. How the benzene is producing mono-substitution products? The benzene, the bond length of the benzene, this one is the bond angle is 120, bond length is 1.39 angstroms, and between the bond length between the carbon and hydrogen is 1.10 angstroms. Every carbon atom, the distance between the carbon and carbon, this carbon and this carbon and this carbon, every carbon atom between the carbons, the bond length is 1.39. And in this case, so all the carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms are in the same plane, and they are overlapping, and they are producing pi bonds at different areas. And this is the bond length between the carbon and hydrogen, 1.10, and this carbon and this hydrogen is also same 1.10, and between this carbon and hydrogen is also 1.10. And that's why all the carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms are in the same electronic environment and same distance and same plane. That's why they are producing the mono-substituted products. If the bond length between these carbon and this carbon is different, the reaction may vary. And the hydrogens, all the hydrogens